What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes are back. We always deliver the big names. Today, we're joined by UFC middleweight Brendan Allen, finishing the year strong with a couple big dubs, putting himself in a prime position. He's calling out former champs. Former champs are having a problem with it. I ain't got a problem with it because he's earned it. Brendan, congrats on that win about a month ago, and it's nice to see you again.
Thank you. Nice to see you as well. Thank you for that. Yeah, the year ended well. We're happy with it. Now we'll just hopefully keep it rolling into next year.
1 year ago, you were coming off a loss, getting ready to right that wrong, going into this year, which also didn't start off well. And how things changed, was it mentally hard to overcome those two losses? And now how are you feeling? Did you get your mojo back, your confidence, because of these last two wins?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. That was the first time I ever lost two in a row in my whole life. So yeah, it was tough. And it was tough to lose, like, I don't know, the situations and like the circumstances surrounding each one of them. Obviously they were both a little bit different. But it wasn't just like I got outclassed or like they were better technically or whatever. It was just I don't know. Um, yeah, it was hard, but I ended up making changes, making the proper changes, and now we've come back even stronger, even better, and we're gonna continue to keep doing that.
Kind of nice too around the holidays, right? Like, I mean, you must be walking on clouds. You know that 2026 big fights are headed your way. Do you also come off as a better husband, dad, friend? Does it carry over into your personal?
Man, to be honest, that's kind of like the hard part for me. It's like because when I'm not fighting, I'm a full time dad, a full time husband, and I have what I'm about to have my fifth child. So this
Five.
job,
Ooh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you
So
were like on two or three.
no, so I have two with my ex. I have my wife has one from before us two, and then we have our son together, and then
All
we're
right.
about to have our daughter together. So
Congrats.
yeah, we have a blended family, and the oldest is 14. So him in particular has his own schedule with school and sports, and the new things that he finds that he wants to try. And then my girls are a little bit younger, but they're wanting to do something, and they're trying to figure out what they do like. So um, yeah, it's pretty tough. It's pretty hectic, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way, but it's hard to really like focus on fighting. But then at the end of the year, every year I go out and I go hunting and try to spend time with my family and enjoy the holidays, and I eat a lot. And yeah, so the end of the year is always like pretty crazy, and I get to this mode which I'm here now is like I'm just ready. Like I've had my good times, I had my fills, I've had everything where it's great and loving fun time with everyone and my own time, and I'm just ready to get back to training and um, get prepared for the next one. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm ready to get back next week and get back to work.
Has the 14-year-old played the "my dad can beat up your dad" card yet at school?
I have no clue. Probably so. Who knows, man? He's funny. He's 1 minute he thinks he could beat me up, the next minute he knows he can't.
I don't
He
think
thinks
he's
he's the
gonna
best athlete that's ever
for a
lived.
while. Yeah. So I told you I wanted to bring up something from the past. About 3 or 4 years ago, you were all over Chipotle, and then about a year or two ago, I think you said you had tapered down. I don't know if you were doing it, but if you're back on the train, I found something out, and I don't know if I've told Goes this too because he's big on Chipotle. You want to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So order through the app and just ask for extra everything. The only thing they're going to charge you for is the meat. So if you say double chicken or whatever, then you're going to get charged twice. But pretty much everything else, I said heavy black beans, heavy brown rice, and I think I left the hot sauce alone because it can tear up my stomach. But everything else, I said like heavy, heavy, right? They didn't add more. When I got it, guys, it was spilling over the bowl. It was heavy too. I thought it was like two of them in there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the secret if you want to keep your costs down, but still indulge a little bit on a little bit of extra carbs. You double up on your protein, and then you don't have to go inside and play that game with them.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you for that.
Yeah, the app is quick, and now most of them have the drive-through window. It's not an actual drive-through where you can go order through the speaker and then they get it. You have to app it in. And then once you do that, then you just go through the drive-through window, scoop it up and go. And so far, I'm 2 for 2, man. They're big, big bowls.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good to know. I didn't know what them drive-through windows were for. I ain't never used one.
Are you off the train or you just haven't gone in a while?
I've been trying to cook more when I'm home.
Mhm.
So I try to cook my own food. When I am home, obviously this one's been a little bit different, but normally when I'm home, I like to eat my food and my wife's food that's made at home. So not too much eating out. If we're out doing something as a family, we'll stop by and grab something real quick, but it's not too often.
As in Louisiana, Cajun, oxtail, that type of stuff, or you prep other types of foods?
Say that one more time.
I know you live in Louisiana, so when you say my type of food at home, do you mean like Southern cuisine, like Cajun food, or do you guys just kind of do your own thing?
No, my wife is from Brazil, so we'll have some Brazilian food. I love her food. Let's see the Brazilian food. Hold on, well, my bad. I have to go outside. It's a little bit better reception. My food's like a little bit of everything. I like to grill. I like to grill a lot. I just bought this new pizza oven that we were using and doing. That was fun. Um, but yeah, mine's more like a little bit of Louisiana culture, stuff like that. I've been trying new things, to be honest. I just find recipes and I try them and then change them to just kind of make them my own. And I don't know. I just kind of like doing that stuff. But my wife's a lot of like Brazilian food and her way of cooking, which is way more healthier.
All right, I'll turn it over to Goes. Goes, what do you have for our guest, Brendan Allen?
Brendan, so if you had to guess, with what you've spoken to with your family, friends, and management and all that, when do you think we'll be able to see you again? And are you itching to get back again? Like, because sometimes we'll hear fighters say, hey, sometimes I'll just let them guys pick each other off a little bit while I recuperate and then I make my move. Where do you stand?
That might be the more tactical move, maybe, but I'm kind of the guy like if I'm not fighting, I'm not making money, and I'm trying to make it while I can. That's why I've always been so active and so consistent. Like I, I like to live life. I like to uh, use that money to have fun and do cool things with my family. So yeah, I want to stay active. Hopefully, end of March, beginning of April, we'll get to fight again, but we'll see. Who's available. As of this point, it just seems like the division's very funky. I mean, I know you got Imavov and Chimaev that will fight, but who knows when that'll be? So who knows what's going to happen with that? Chimaev ain't really been active his whole career for whatever his reason is, injuries, whatever, personal. I really don't know exactly. So he hasn't been that active. So let's see what he does as a champion. But he's already not starting on a proper foot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so who knows what that'll happen. So we'll take those two out of the equation. Then you have Dricus. Then you have Fluffy and Sean who are in talks. People say they're gonna fight on this date, but it seems like they're gonna fight, but we just don't know a date for them to. So then you take those two out of the talks. I mean, so really it's just me and Dricus left. So and I'd love to have that fight. I've been asking for that fight for a while. It really just seems like it's just him just ducking and making excuses and everything else. So yeah, we'll just see if he wants to do it. If not, then I guess I'll be defending my spot as I have many times before.
Man, you made me laugh. You cleared it up and said Dricus the second time, but the first time, I don't know if you had a gob of spit or the wind hit us. It sounded like you said Jerkus. I was laughing. And I was like, did he do
Normally,
that on purpose? But you said
normally I call
Dricus.
him Dickus. Yeah, normally I call him Dickus, but
All right. All right. All right. That's all. Yeah, I saw that. He called you an idiot, and I really didn't think you were out of line at all.
no, my stuff was very factual based, to be honest. Like in reality, um, but most of these guys in this game don't like that. So yeah, based on statistics of like where the division sits with the rankings, it just makes sense. Plus, like he has his shit to say about me, but he only has something to say about me when I'm losing. When I'm winning, he's silent as a church mouse, and then now he's got well, 2 fight winning streaks. Well, Sorry, bro. You just got dominated. You didn't get beat. You got dominated. You didn't do nothing. Like, so it's just like you don't really have a lot of room to speak. No matter if you were the champion, no matter if you were a contender, doesn't matter what position you stayed, you still got dominated. That should never happen at that level. So you're gonna fight back no matter what. Like you're number one, you're gonna fight back. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he mans up and takes the fight, or if he's just gonna stay talking. Who knows? I like to talk, but I'm obviously really ready to figure it out at the end of the day. Whose talk was worth it?
You know, the UFC just announced that they're going to England, to London in March. Would that be something that kind of fits your timeline? Would you like to fight over there?
What's the date of that one? I didn't see it. I knew they were gonna go, but I didn't know the date.
I believe it's the 21st.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that would work. I hope. I really, to be honest, I'd like to fight on the 28th. Just because my wife's birthday on the 27th. I don't
Hmm.
know. It's kind of something for us to do together. Another memory to be made for her and I. And yeah, but I don't care. I'd go to London. I know my boy Tuco wants to go to London because obviously he's from there, and he probably want to be on that card too. Um, yeah, but we'll see, man. I really don't know. I know that everything's been at kind of a standstill until here within the past week or two with scheduling and stuff because I guess the UFC, from what I understand, the UFC didn't want to tell everyone or didn't have it finalized about where they were going, and obviously they have so much priority with trying to deal with the Paramount deal and everything that comes along with releasing that and organizing that. That's huge. So March is a long way away, so obviously they need to just get January out of the way, the Paramount deals, the sponsors with that, the business side, everything like that, I'm sure. So, but now I guess they're back at it, scheduling and kind of announcing slowly. So we'll see, man. I hope, like I said, I hope for March 28th. That'd be great. That'd be really amazing. But obviously location matters, and we'll see we'll see, what opponent they have for me. But I'm open. I'm pretty open to everything. I'm down to do whatever. I'm just ready to fight, and mostly I'm just ready to get back in the gym. I've been out for since the fight. I haven't done anything. So the longest I've ever been out fully, like not do nothing. So I'm kind of itching to get back in the gym and get some of this weight off and just get back doing what I do.
You know, I'd like to pick your fighter brain for a second. When we saw that Hamzat DDP fight, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, do you think that was more Hamzat just really good at what he does, or a very big hole in DDP's game?
So I think Chimaev is a really, really, really elite wrestler, and I think he's done very well at transitioning it into MMA. But Dricus didn't do anything from the bottom. Like he waited for him to get a crucifix, and then he started like hip bumping, trying to get out. But I'm sorry, buddy, it's kind of too late at that point. Like once the crucifix is in and it's solid, I mean, granted, Chimaev didn't lay a lot of damage, but you know, he did a good job. But again, Dricus didn't do nothing from bottom. He didn't create scrambles. He didn't try to reset positions. He didn't try to do anything. Like it's just mind-boggling to me that you don't even try to create scrambles to even try to make him tired, or make him work, or maybe you see holes during those scrambles that you can capitalize on the next time, like making like calculating, for next time. I don't know. Um, I definitely think that's a big hole, like a big hole. And that's hard to do, man. Like, granted, I'll be flat honest. Like, I'm not gonna out wrestle Chimaev. Who's gonna out wrestle him? Just flat out wrestle him. There's no one. You're not gonna spend 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks wrestling every day, along with striking and everything else that has to go for a fight, and wrestle better than him. So your pure wrestling is never gonna be just flat better. But there's so many other routes that you can go in order to prepare for a guy to make it where he outweighs you on wrestling, but maybe you can outweigh him on just jujitsu or scrambles or off the cage or striking. Like there's so many other approaches, tactical approaches that he can make with his team. I just feel like he didn't prepare properly, and yeah, it's a big hole. But obviously, he's probably been trying to fix it, and he's gonna need a lot longer than a couple months.
Would you like to be on the same card as the champion and maybe be like on the same trajectory as him?
Uh, it's funny because my trajectory has been different than probably everyone's. I think my resume kind of speaks on that, but I don't really care. I know I'm right there. Politics play a big role, but I mean, obviously, Imavov's next. He's kind of earned it, and well, he has earned it, not kinda. He's earned it, and that fight will happen whenever it's supposed to. And then other than that, it's Fluffy and Sean. And I think if Sean wins, and then I beat Dricus or whoever, I jump over just because Sean's already fought for the belt before. And I mean, but again, that's one of those things you never know because Sean's been talking on social media and he's got a big following, and you never know. You never know how politics works. So I don't know how it's going to go. I'm just focusing on getting a fight, hopefully against, a former champion, and winning that fight. And we'll see. I just want to keep doing my job, and eventually, it'll come.
Speaking of politics, do you want to fight on the White House card?
I mean, it'd be cool, but I'm not going to sit out here and just be like, oh, like, that's it. I want to fight. I don't really care about it that much, to be honest.
Okay. Are you still in South Florida, or have you moved everything to Louisiana now for your training camps?
I'm in Chicago. So I live in Louisiana, and things will change this year when my new house finishes get built. But as of now, camps are fully in Chicago with Bilal Muhammad, Horacio, Mike Valley, my boy Max. So yeah, we're there now. Everything's working great, and we got a great system going, and it's done good for us the last two. So we're just gonna keep it going.
I love street beefs, right? I don't know why. Maybe because I sucked at them. But when you and Vittori mixed it up at Hard Rock, I watched it 10 times. Oh, check out Michael Johnson stirring it up. Check out this guy. Anyway, Vittori's fighting this weekend. In a way, do you root for him just because, man, we handled it. We had something, but we handled it. Or do you root for the other guy to kind of finish what you started? Like, how does that work with you guys when it comes to that type of stuff? When you have run-ins, when you have any sort of feelings towards another fighter?
I mean, for me, I did what I was supposed to do in the fight. I did what I planned to do. I didn't take the tactical route to finish the fight. Like I did what I wanted to as a man rather than as a professional fighter, I guess you'd say. I don't know. For me, it's kind of over. But I mean, sometimes he'd be a little delusional. Sometimes I don't know. You never know how to read him. You never know what he's gonna say or anything like that. So for me, I just still keep my distance and like do what I'm gonna do. I don't have anything negative to say. I think like the worst you'll hear me say is he's a little bit delusional. But I mean, facts and history kind of speak on that, to be honest. But I'm pulling for him. I think the Marvin I fought was probably the best we've seen in a long time. And I think if he brings that in, which I think he will, I think he's going to go out there and get it done and get back in that win column. I actually have a video of three of my picks from this fight card, and he's actually on it. So it's funny you guys asked that.
You got him winning on that video?
Yeah.
All right. I like it when it comes full circle. Lately, Dominic Cruz has been patching things up with Team Alpha Male and even TJ. And
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Just a couple more. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was like, for me, it's just like I say what I have to say. Like, I don't really say too much, like just to get a fight. Like, I try to say things that I mean. That way, it can't be like misinterpreted.
Yeah.
But sometimes maybe I go a little bit too far, maybe. But nothing comes to my head where I'm just like dead wrong or like saying something like just completely ridiculous that I don't believe. I mean, I say what I have to say. We fight. We get it done no matter which way it goes. To me, it's just kind of over with and done unless something happens after. But nothing had. Like I said, my beef with Marvin was done after the fight. It was more of like his coach had some stupid shit to say or like was just kind of a prick and like I don't like him. So now my problem's with him, but it's like my boy knocked him out anyway in Titan, so I'm not really worried about it.
I want to push back on one other thing. You said you can never out wrestle Hamzat, but let me use a former teammate of yours as an example. Michael Chandler, All-American wrestler. He got taken down by Oliveira, right?
Yeah.
And GSP came through karate, but his timing was impeccable. He beat a national champion in Josh Koscheck, an All-American. Well, I'm not sure if he was All-American, but John Fitch wrestled at Purdue and a few other guys. So I think there are ways to out wrestle someone, even if it's just one time in one round to nick a 10-9, you won the round because it's every fight is basically 5 individual fights of 5 minutes. So I I don't know. I still think that maybe he can be out wrestled if it's done properly.
No, I definitely think that, like, so when I say out wrestle, I mean like if we go in just wrestling rules in a wrestling room, just pure wrestling, like, freestyle rules or folk style rules, whatever. I'm not gonna beat him in that. But
I got
MMA wrestling's totally different. Like you said, the timing that GSP had, the way you can set it up with punches and everything else. Yeah, I think I could get him there if I really focused and really wanted to. I honestly, I just go into a fight looking to fight. Like I think I'm pretty damn good everywhere, especially when I'm mentally prepared. That's always my biggest thing. And obviously we've tightened that down and focused on that, and we've been taking care of that pretty well. So yeah, I think I could wrestle him in MMA fight for sure. Would he get me down some? Yeah, probably. Do I think I can get him down? For sure, I do. Um, but pure wrestling, nah, I'm not gonna out wrestle him. I didn't spend most of my life doing that. I spent most of my life doing jujitsu. So I think if it was just pure jujitsu, would I beat him at points or be able to submit him? Yeah, I do think I could. But pure wrestling, I think he would win.
What about pure capoeira? No, I'm
Well,
just kidding.
maybe he would win. I don't know nothing about that.
All right, all right. Last one. You're actually on our Facebook page, because when Coach Duke Rufus passed away, I looked for a picture of when he was in our studio. And actually, you were in our studio that day. You were really, really young looking and all that. I think you were about to do Contenders, or you might have just done Contenders. I can't remember, but we caught up with you September 30th. He passed away a few weeks later, but I know you moved camps and everything, but did you maintain the relationship with him? And can you say anything about, I guess, the guy that got you maybe to the big dance?
Yeah, man, Duke was a special person in many ways. Uh, Obviously, only the guys that were in that room, and at that time we had an amazing room with the camaraderie, the guys where all of us were fighting, and just everything about that room was special. And it was because of Duke we had that room. To be honest, like he was able to bring the proper guys in to fit the team bond and how we orchestrate everything. Like he was able to really pick out great guys that fit really well, that we all worked well together. But those guys in that room know we had days where Duke was hell to deal with, man. He was hard to deal with, and for whatever the reason. But man, he was a very caring individual. Like he cared about us. Maybe he showed his care in different ways for each one, but he was there to make us better as men, as fighters. And on fight night, no matter if we win or lost after the fight, he was there to, show us love and be there with us and try to guide us to what was next. So after I split from the gym, like we kind of had like a weird conversation of like why he thought I left versus why I actually left. But I actually seen him for the first like real time at the PFL fights in Chicago last. And man, we had a great conversation, talked for a while, and it was good to see him happy and in good spirits. And it was just so sad, you know, how sudden that happened. I literally found out on the way from ceremonials, on the way from ceremonial weigh-ins, or on the way to or on the way from, I think on the way from, that he had passed away. And that was probably before any social media came out or anything like that. And it really hit home because again, we were in that room every day. We saw each other every day. I knew his family. I knew his daughter. I met his dad. Like I don't know. It just really hit home, and it was really sad. And I feel so sad for his daughter more than anything.
Yeah.
He was definitely a great part of the community, of the MMA community and the kickboxing community. And we lost a good one that day.
Yeah, we sure did, man. And those are some real kind words that you had for him and his family. I want to hold up the picture. I should have submitted it to Goes, but here's us.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was Contender.
That was Contenders. He's wearing his Celtics jersey. He was a big Celtics, it's a soccer team, folks, fan. And then there you are with your Rufus Sports shirt. And like I say, you would agree, right? You're definitely a lot younger looking there.
Yeah, man.
Now look at you. You got 5 kids and you got the beard coming in. I don't know if there's any grays or not, but you are smacking fools around. You're only 29, Brendan Allen. You're not even that old.
Yeah, I'll be 30 in a few weeks. Crazy. I feel old.
All right, man. We took enough of time. But it's always great catching up with you. Congrats on what a strong finish to the year. And I can't imagine how many doors are going to open for you in 2026 because you could match up with any of those top dogs. I really like the DDP matchup. I hope they make that one.
Yeah, man, me too. Yeah, man. Thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate it. And send me that picture if you can. That was a nice one. I don't remember that one. Like I remember the moment though.
Okay, I'll sell it. I'll send it through the PR, or I'll find you on social
Yeah,
media.
that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
Okay. Thanks for the time, Brendan. See you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.